There have been many great captains throughout history, but one of them stands above the rest. Moco is getting closer and closer each day, and everyone seems to be asking the same question: where is Captain Cinder? He was last spotted 1 month ago playing Brawl Stars. Will he return before Moco becomes great again?
How's it going, guys? 1 month ago, I posted a Brawl Stars video, and after that, I disappeared. Today, I'm going to answer everything, including where I've been, the future of this channel, and an honest update. I was posting consistently for probably about half a year, and then things started to slow down. Some of you may have noticed I started to post a little less, especially the people that used to join my live streams. By the way, big shout out to you guys, you're legends. Let's shoot back to 6 months ago when the first break started. I let you guys know I was going to be leaving for a little bit. I went, got some amazing pictures of sunsets on the beach. Also, for my first time, went to Disneyland, which was such an awesome experience. Overall, it was a really fun trip. I had a blast. Once I got back, I thought I was going to be getting straight back into content, and I was ready to go. But then something happened. Something I could say that was very unexpected. Now, this is the part where I'm going to be opening up to you guys. I never share a lot of stuff online, and usually I like to keep my videos very upbeat and happy, but I'm going to be sharing with you guys the real reason why I was gone for so long. I'm not going to go into the full story of everything. I'm just going to keep it very brief on what happened. Basically, there's no other way to say this. Everyone's human. Everyone has feelings, and everyone goes through their own stuff in life. And all I can say is that Captain CinderRaider went through a big form of rejection, and that is a huge thing to handle. Now, as I was doing live streams, I did go through this a little bit where I would start live streaming and then I felt like people didn't like what I was live streaming, and so I started to get scared to go live streaming because I would be like, well, people probably don't like what I'm posting, so maybe I don't even need to live stream because it's not interesting enough compared to what other people are doing. Comparing yourself to someone else is something you never want to do because everyone is in different stages of life. Everyone has different things going on, and me comparing myself to other streamers was something I shouldn't have been doing because it ended up leading me to thinking my content wasn't good enough to be posted like others was. Now, I'm sure a lot of content creators go through this. It was a hard thing for me to figure out how to go through. It still happens to me every once in a while, but I'm getting better at handling that form of rejection. And that was more a rejection to myself of just thinking that I wasn't good enough to be posting what I was. But there's also something else that was kind of hitting me harder that I never shared with anyone. Now, this is the only time I'm going to share this on my channel, most likely. I don't know if I will any other times, but I wanted to talk about it to give you guys an honest update of where I've been, because I have a few viewers who are really loyal to the channel, and I feel like they deserve an explanation of where I've been. Now, I talked about forms of rejection. There is a big rejection that you can feel with your content, especially if you feel like people don't like what you're posting. That's a big one that I went through. But there are other forms of rejection. Now, you may be asking, CinderRaider, what are some other forms of rejection that you can go through? Well, a very big one is a rejection from a girl. Now, I don't want to go too deep into this for personal reasons, but at one point, yes, guys, Captain CinderRaider had someone he liked. Let's just say it did not turn out the way he wanted it to. So when I was being slammed with these two forms of rejection, of not being able to have a relationship with the girl I wanted, and then at the same time also feeling like my content wasn't as good as it should be and that I shouldn't be posting it, that was a lot of hard stuff to process all at the same time. So over the past 6 months, you've seen stuff pop up randomly. I've still tried to keep somewhat of a presence on my channel, but at the same time, Moco has not been doing any updates because they've been working on Moco, which is very exciting, by the way. But basically, it's been a huge dry spot. I've been going through a lot of stuff, and at the same time, Moco hasn't been posting a lot, and so it's just been kind of like, you know, the line's been drawn and nothing's been happening. Now, a new year has just begun, and over the past 6 months, I've been processing all this stuff and becoming better as a person. So those are two big points of rejection that basically really got to me for the longest time. To me, there's really no right answer on how to get over all that stuff. It really just happens with time and figuring out how to deal with it. Also, during these 6 months, Halloween happened. I dressed up as Tanjiro for Halloween, It was an epic costume, by the way. I loved it. For those of you who celebrate, Christmas time happened, the holiday season, which was also a lot of fun. Actually, as I'm recording this, it was only like 2 weeks ago, and it was a lot of fun just spending time with family. Now we have reached this point. It is the new year. It is the time where people want to better themselves and become a great person. And what's a better way to better myself than to become Captain CinderRaider once again? Now, obviously, I was joking a few times and trying to keep that mostly lighthearted. I don't want to get things too sad, but a lot of the stuff that I go through and anyone else that's watching this has gone through, every feeling you feel is really real. And I don't want to downplay any feeling that anyone has, because it can be hard to go through. Stuff can get really hard. And the way I've started to look at it is, how can I grow from this situation? And how can I make myself a better person for the things that I've gone through? So now with all of that out of the way, what is the future for this channel? Especially with Neo Moco coming out within the next 3 months, it sounds like. I have loved playing Moco for the past year, and I think it is one of the greatest games I've ever played. And I want to continue to make videos on Moco because I find it fun, and I want to find different ways that I can make the game interesting to watch. Occasionally, you may see Brawl Stars. I don't know if I'm ever going to do Clash Royale, but maybe. But those are the 3 games that you can expect to see covered. I want to try to keep the channel at a consistent pace, so for the future and going forward, you can expect to see more Moco from me. Now, with all of that out of the way, everything explained, I just want to give a big thank you to everyone who supports the channel. Even if you've watched 1 second of a video, even if this is the first video you're watching, anyone who's supported in any way, I thank you so much. I think it's so cool that I can make videos and people enjoy watching them. Once again, thanks to anyone who has supported the channel in any way. And I will end this with a quote that I heard forever ago. I don't even remember where it's from, but find a pace that you can work at, then keep it consistent. Once again, guys, thanks so much for watching. This is Captain CinderRaider checking out, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.